Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. We are here at the Swamp Witch's hut. We just dropped off the mushroom she asked for, and I think I do want to try and start making our way up to the Tenebrous Depths to see what that quest is about, but going sort of a roundabout way up this way. Or we could go to the Verdant Chambers with our team. There's an idea. Maybe both. Because last time we were at the Verdant Chambers, it was by ourselves and we just had to flee for our life. Because that was a trap.
Adventures can wait.
Why don't we set up camp?
We'll set up... Ooh. No, okay. I was wondering what we were supposed to do there. So, the Sweet Teeth. They must have returned from Ulrich's trading post by now. It's time to check on them. So now if we went back to our town, we could check on them and see where they're at. Let's camp here, so then we're fully rested before we go in. And this time I'm going to remember to actually assign tasks. There you go. Okay.
I often wonder that people cling to their false ideals. Whatever is familiar seems right to them. Everything new frightens them.
I'd agree with you, but then you just launch into another speech about Grotus.
I love the dialogue. Yeah, people do tend to prefer what's familiar and are afraid of the unknown. But then just the follow-up of, yeah, I agree, except that'll lead into you talking about Grotus. So good. Alright, let's head on in. I'm curious to see if all those monsters are still hanging around or if they despawned when we left. Because it would be nice to get the XP for killing all of them, and we can probably do it with our whole team. Ranged characters are kind of close. Not thrilled by that. If you guys could pull back a touch.
This will hurt.
Okay, yeah, we're doing good damage. Excellent. No loot, sadly. Oh, don't just grab them. Grab everyone. Yeah, and if we can take them all one at a time, even better. Can we not loot the owlbear? Guess not.
Do not falter! Running won't help you!
If we could rotate the camera, I could get to a point where I was actually clicking on it. But who knows, maybe the owlbear didn't have anything to loot. Valerie, can you not that charge? Actually, you probably should be fighting defensively. Not sure why I haven't been having you do that.
To the dust you will go.
Excellent. Not just you, Valerie. The whole team, please skin this. That way I get the the nature check from Canera. I assumed it would be a Miri.
I do what I must.
Alright, and then we've got our red caps here.
The hard way.
You guys are level 8 Fae. Excellent. Yeah, this is going significantly better. You know, when it's not just me by myself. Like if I was a melee character, like a paladin or something, maybe it would have worked out better. But being a sorcerer, yeah. Is that all of them? Possibly, though there might be some down here. No, I guess not. Okay, I think that's everyone out here. Let's go inside.
Done.
We briefly explored that. Actually, we can climb down here.
That was easy.
Thank you. Also check over here just in case there were monsters over here. There are not. Yeah, let's go inside. We briefly explored it, and then I said I didn't want to explore early in case it somehow invalidated the reward that we were supposed to get from the Guardian of the Bloom. But since the reward we got from the Guardian of the Bloom was death, I don't care anymore. We're going in.
I'm there.
Locked? We just can't pick it? Well, that's
Follow
disappointing.
if you dare.
Also, why is Valerie the one trying to lockpick?
So, any brilliant ideas?
And we're not even getting a roll, which strikes me as odd. Like, normally with checks you can see the roll. This is just locked.
I do what I must.
And I think it was open before. So, maybe if we'd gone through with our party before springing the trap, we could have explored it, but since we chose not to first, now it's locked. I don't know. It's kind of disappointing. We certainly haven't sold any keys or anything, so if there was something around here that could have unlocked the door. I don't know. I suppose it's possible that the Guardian of the Bloom might have had a key on... No, I don't think there was any way to fight her. She just teleported immediately. Sunny Hillock. I don't know if we have a good way of getting over there to it. No. Random encounters, someone on the road. The image isn't a dragon, which still worries me, but historically it has not been a dragon. Okay. Young Dwemer cat surrounded by troll hounds. And did the Dwemer cat speak? Stinky, lousy, driveling carrion eaters. Okay, we've got a talking Dwemer cat surrounded by troll hounds. Let's help it.
Taste my fury.
Oh, please don't murder it. I can't see its health, unfortunately.
Training pays off.
They got lots of hits off. Well, Asmar, today you've helped the Dwemer cat. The Dwemer cat does not forget those who help her. We shall meet again, perhaps. Who knows? Can I talk to you? Nope. Weird. Well, we have helped a Dwemer cat that we may run into again in the future. St. Galvin's Gullet. In the old times, this deep, dangerous cave was called Devil's Gullet. Okay. We can figure out how to get over towards it. Which we can't. Alright. At some point, we'll find some roads that actually head in some of these directions. Fossil fields. We'd have to find a crossing. Swamp ruins. We can actually make it to that. The ruins rising from the mire literally cry danger. Some adventurers have been seen entering them, but none have returned. Well, that just sounds tempting. Dangerous ruins that no one ever returns from? How could I possibly say no? Let's save. Because as much as I joke about this seems like good treasure, it's also possible that it's gonna kill us. Uncovered ancient scrap leather, or leather scrap. We've seen one of those before already.
I'm off.
What are you? Ferocious Devourer. You have true seeing. We don't know your level. Undead remnants of fiends and evil spellcasters. What is that behind you? Or above you? Above you.
I'm
Let's
there.
pull back. See if we can get Valerie to charge.
I am prepared to meet my
Hopefully at some point we can figure out the level we're dealing with here. Whoa! 24 damage and a negative level. We can deal with negative levels. And we are doing, it appears, no damage. Although maybe that's just because we don't know its health, since we haven't succeeded at our inspections. Because we have hit it and done some damage. There we go. We are seeing a little bit of damage. Negative level on the wolf, perhaps? Yeah, you're attacking the wolf now. Can you not? Second negative level on Valerie. Yeah, keep attacking Valerie. She's got the AC that she can deal with this. Are you attacking AC or are you attacking something else? No, it does look like you're attacking AC, not touch. You got a plus 25 on your attack. That's why you're hitting. So even though her AC is pretty high, you just need to roll a 10 or better. Alright, Valerie's getting lots of negative levels, which isn't ideal. Can you get some healing going? Possibly actually better than that. Perhaps I should have actually used some of our spellcasting to buff. That would have been smart, but I did not. Not on Amiri. What are you doing, man? On Valerie. Before she dies. Amiri, can you not... So there should be a 5-foot step. And there doesn't seem to be a great way of making it happen. Did you hit two enemies? Or two people, Valerie and Harem, at the same time?
Tear them apart!
Also, can you please die? We're gonna get lots of XP from this, I hope. 1400. And you succeeded a lore religion. So we got some information. It was a level 19. Level 14 undead with 5 barbarian levels. Well, this fight was rough. We got another rune-covered ancient leather scrap. Is this the cloak that we were told about? That, because there was an evil cloak or something that the storyteller told us about. Belt of Giant Strength 4, Amulet of Natural Armor plus 3, Ring of Protection plus 2, Cloak of Resistance plus 2. There's some good stuff there. Let's see. You have plus 2 to natural armor, plus 4 resistance bonus on saves, specifically against poison, sleep, and paralysis. I would rather just have you with a plus 2 saves to all. Belt of Giant Strength +4. I don't know about that. Might give that to Harem, actually. I don't know that he necessarily needs Con. So you've already got the Ring of Protection +2, so do you. So Harem is our other frontliner. You can upgrade to a +2. And then Amulet of Natural Armor +3. And I assume everyone else already has Natural Armor +1-ish. +2 dodge specifically for ranged attacks, or I could give myself +1 natural armor. I'd rather have +1 natural armor. Okay. I don't know that I want to keep exploring this place.
I'm listening.
If there's more to explore. That might be it. Was that really it? Just come in here, fight one giant guy. I mean, it looks like there's a path off to the side.
I do what I must.
But it certainly isn't looking like there's a path off to the side. No, it looks like the side paths are blocked off by just crumbled terrain. I think that's it. We just came in here and fought the one guy. So, how do we deal with... I mean, they're going to wear off on their own in 24 hours. So we have that going for us.
Oh, sorry, was lost in thought.
Temporary magical effects, ability scores. Eliminates fatigue, does not restore permanent ability drain. Is it only the proper restoration that deals with negative levels? Spell functions like less restoration, except it also dispels temporary negative levels, or one permanent negative level. Okay. We would need proper restoration, which we don't have. Let's leave, I suppose. When we camp, we'll get some healing. Arguably, I probably should have done a little bit of healing there in case we get attacked on the road. But yeah, that was a bit brutal of a fight.
Adventures can wait.
Let's... Tenacious Marsh.
Let me stop.
Okay. We'll head up towards it, but before we go in, we'll rest.
We certainly have much in common, but it saddens me that your interest in map-making and discovery is purely materialistic, while I only care to serve knowledge and science.
So what? Where would your science be without proper financing? You just need a little ingenuity. Turn your gold into discoveries, and your discoveries into gold.
Fair. Alright, you still have... Oh, those are permanent. Ew. How do we fix permanent levels? What does that even look like when we look at your character sheet? That's what it looks like. You have 2 permanent negative levels. Because I think... Let me reread that again. But I think it said it doesn't deal with permanent. Dispels temporary negative levels or 1 permanent... Okay. So, if we give him... a couple of restorations. Wish I'd noticed that we had some permanent ones before we rested. But if we prepare those for the next time we rest, then he can fix up Valerie. Let's head him to the Tenacious Marsh. What's the news? The mud of this marsh is unnaturally viscous. It seems to be mixed with slime. Sure. That is a bunch of gear just stuck in the grass. I'm not seeing any threats yet, but I am strongly tempted to cast,
It's time to act.
Patience.
what is it? Delay Poison Communal. Let's just do it. I just don't trust... I don't trust this area. Being a marsh, I feel like poison's gonna happen. Guys? Can you all go together? Okay. Acid-imbued giant slug. Lovely. Immune to acid, so I probably want to switch out my attack of choice. It's funny that I just never use any of my spells, and I really should. Let's go with haste when we get closer. But as for our default attack, we can go with a Ray of Frost. At least for the moment. Okay. As fun as that was, let's not be grouped up. Alright, the wolf has some effect going on, as does Harem? Maybe? You're blind. Awesome. Just for a second. You guys get in here.
Going to hurt.
So I am still wanting to cast haste. But I want you guys in it as well. Okay. That's not the healing spell, that's the healing spell. Don't right click it, just use it. Looks like that's not going to include me. That's awkward. You could step in there. There you go. We've nearly taken it out. Yeah, you're on death's door. Not great. Please don't permanently kill her. Are you... Okay, you're not the sort of enemy that explodes afterwards. Well, that fight was rough. We were somewhat warned. I will accept that. Gather up, everyone. Harem, we need you to do a little bit of healing for us. And then... There we go. That's probably good enough to keep exploring. Though if we run into another one of those slugs, we may want to back off. Assassin's chain shirt. I wish I could just default it to here and have it always stay that way. To the sort by newest to oldest. So it's a light armor +4. Whoa. This +4 adamantine chain shirt grants us wear a +4 bonus on critical confirmation rolls. Hello. Who do we have that's... You're wearing a chain shirt. Yeah, I think of our current party, you are using light, and you are using light. I'll give it to you.
Follow.
Please, no more giant slugs. Okay, we've reached the edge of the map, so this probably is the full area to explore. So just the one crazy fight. Perfect. Everything's fine. Though she's going to be on death's door and potentially in danger of really dying until we get back to our town. Not ideal. Random encounter. What do we have here? Yeah, these fights, though, are definitely tougher than in the area we've been mainly traveling lately. Hey, Ferocious Zombie Lord. Is it just going to be you by yourself?
I am yours to command. Bring down
Nope.
better ones.
Still, no big problems. Oh, and I can switch back to acid. Not that there's any reason to specifically choose acid over... because it's a D3 either way. I think I was mainly on acid because we were dealing with a bunch of trolls. Oh, hi there. No. If you three can back up... Oh, never mind. If you three can back up... No, Harem, you stay and fight, please. Excellent. It's always interesting when it's like, okay, we're fighting the few there are, and then just more just keeps swarming in. And it's like, I don't want to keep fighting all of you. I was ready to fight the couple of you that I'd seen, not the giant swarm. Let's grab all of your masterwork swords. I think that's all I care about in the area. Yep. So what's going to be the best area to get to you with? Here. Also, we have a way to get down there, but we can't yet buy that because it's not in our land. I don't know what it's going to take for us to be able to buy North Gnarlmarch, because it's sort of surrounded by our territory. Tenebrous Depths. So you gave me nightmares. It's been a while, though. But I am worried that at some point we'll be hit by nightmares again that will make us fatigued. Although this is looking like it... Hello, dragon. I was going to say, this is looking like an area we've explored because it's all explored. Honest guy. Okay. The way down. Hi, dragon? Zellerin. The silver dragon stares at you for a long time, unblinking. Maybe it's just a trick of the light, but you think you see a heavy mercury teardrop roll from its pearly eye. You have answered my call, protector of Golarion. I will have you know, no one has ever returned from these caves alive. Many valiant heroes before you have sacrificed their lives to bring victory one step closer. I have not forgotten their feats, nor will I forget yours. Who are you? Tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? I will hide nothing from you. Who are you? My name is Zellerin. I am a loyal servant of Apsu. Apsu the Waybringer is one of the oldest and mightiest creatures in existence. According to draconic lore, he and his mate Tiamat spawned the dragon gods who created the whole world. Apsu is the patron deity of all good and metallic dragons. He remains a father figure to almost all dragons. whom he loves as his children. He is numbered among the divine creatures who fought in battle to defend all of creation against Rovagug. Unsurprising, most of Apsu's worshippers are metallic dragons. Few non-dragons take up his cause, although honorable humanoids with an interest in draconic lore have taken up his faith from time to time. They typically wear a gold dragon's foot brooch or have other custom-made equipment in the shape of a dragon's foot. Golarion lacks much of a centralized church of Apsu. The largest congregation of humanoid Apsu worshippers on Golarion is known as the Platinum Band, which maintains relatively small centers of worship in Opara and Absalom. Thousands of years ago, my god appointed me to watch over this place, where deep in the depths there hides a great evil. I knew at once the repulsive smell of the beast. Rovagug. Okay. But it took me centuries to locate the egg that he left. All this time, I've stood guard here, looking for a way to destroy this spawn before it hatched and brought immeasurable sufferings to those who dwell upon the land. Apsu, who's that? The dragon casts a pearly skyward glance. Oh, Apsu. He is more ancient than all the gods whose names you know. He is the maker of all, who stands at the origin of the multiverse. Few mortals remember him, but we metallic dragons still praise him in our prayers. Is it just me, or are you really sad? So many heroes passed here, the noblest souls of Golarion, selfless protectors of their homeland, ready to sacrifice their lives to save it from the spawn of the beast. I remember each and every one, striding fearlessly down into the darkness. Almost none of them have returned, and it's all my fault. The dragon lowers his head. True repentance can be heard in his thunderous voice. I made a mistake, and they paid dearly for it. You see, I never understood the true nature of the monster. For many years, I and the heroes who answered my call would wander these dungeons thinking that the monster larva was the greatest threat. It was only when I found the egg and touched its shell that I realized the spawn had turned the entire dungeon into its nest. Madness, mortal. Darkness and madness are the monster's sword and shield, its food and material that its shell is made of. The heroes I summoned here descended into madness. They lost their minds, and the spawn of the beast fed upon their insanity. Somehow I avoided the same fate. They went down into the darkness, driven by the noblest of intentions, and rewarded only with eternal torment. So what are you doing here? I'm guarding the spawn of Rovagug that sleeps in the caves beneath us. I summon heroes to help me defeat it. It is a long and joyless vigil, but I believe that it will one day be over. Perhaps you yourself are the hero who will finally achieve this long-awaited victory. Thank you for your answers. The truth is the least I can give you for your feat. What feat do you expect of me? An egg laid by the abominable Rovagug has cursed this dungeon for thousands of years. The larva of the beast will destroy half the river kingdoms if it hatches. The shell that surrounds it is a labyrinth of darkness and madness, inhabited by thousands of its former victims. Hundreds of heroes perished at the dark as they sought a way through it. But now I know where the egg is, and the path is almost clear. Almost. What blocks the way to the monster? Oh, that is the saddest and scariest part. The spawn of the beast feeds on nightmares, and his very shell is made of madness. The caves around are filled with insanity. It has flooded them with an ocean of darkness, which distorts the very nature of the multiverse. Heroes who approach grow mad or perish in great suffering. This gives the egg its strength. The monster feeds on their terror and pain. Neither alive nor dead, but tormented eternally by their worst nightmares, these brave heroes still wander the labyrinth, trying to destroy 4 of their strongest, and the power of the beast's madness will weaken. Then I'll be able to crack open the shell. We must destroy the monster before it hatches and grows strong. The fallen priestess, the weary traveler, the wicked chanter, the captor and his horrifying slave. Deliver them into peace, and the path to the enemy will be opened. Why don't you kill these 4 yourself? The dragon's body shudders. It would seem that the thought of what hides in the depths can chill the soul of even a mighty dragon. The egg is surrounded by an ever-shifting labyrinth of insanity and darkness. This insanity, which the larva emits, is capable of subduing even the most valiant of heroes. I have ventured down before, and it was only by a miracle that I slipped the fate that ensnared so many other brave heroes. If I tried to vanquish it alone, then sooner or later it would devour me, drink my soul, and add me to the horde of nightmares that guard it. Who would be able to destroy me then? Thus I continue summoning heroes to this place. Many of those who answered my call turn their backs and return to their lives once they discover how slim their chances of victory, and I do not blame them, but my vigil is nearing its end. The hour of the last battle with the monster draws near. If you can manage to weaken its shell, I can crack it, and we will finish it together. Okay. Well, tell me about the fallen priestess. Her name is Tyoko Saksama. She led a party of adventurers here, noblest heroes and truest friends. Together they defeated many foes, but they never faced anything like this. Tyoko once served Lamashtu. Then this brave and wise woman recognized how disgusting her patron was, and gathered the strength to leave her service, finding shelter in the hands of Desna. Alas, Lamashtu is called the Mistress of Insanity for a reason. Labyrinth tricked Tyoko's mind and stole her from Desna's protections. When her next reason failed, she returned to Lamashtu and sacrificed her friends to her cruel mistress one by one. Ever since, she has lurked in the depths seeking new gifts for her mistress. Alas, the last embers of good in her soul have long faded. She has become a monster. The beast has consumed her utterly. And the weary traveler? He was a gnome named Balzes. He was quite a famous traveler, a Pathfinder on 3 continents, but bleaching gives no quarter to his people. There came a day when he grew tired of new roads. When he heard my call, he came, knowing it would be his final adventurer. He did not anticipate victory, but hoped at least for an honorable death. Alas, the darkness reached out to him from the abominable spawn of the beast, and refused him even that. An aura of madness filled the gnome with delusions of grandeur, and transported his mind into the marvelous Fey world, where he sits a godlike ruler. He has become a frightened, dangerous, and pathetic caricature of his former self. A king without a kingdom, a god of a rotten soul. Immersed in sweet dreams, he wanders the halls, barking orders at the wandering monsters. A sad sight to behold. His death will bring him not only peace, but also restore the dignity he's lost. And the captor? The captor is the greatest wizard I ever managed to talk into visiting this gloomy place. I had high hopes for him, and so I turned a blind eye to the darkness in his soul. I expected he was already insane before he even came here. Nothing else could explain his indifference towards suffering. But he was strong and confident, and managed to get quite close to the spawn, very close, before he met his end. Be warned that the captor does not appear alone. He is always accompanied by a disgusting beast that he summoned from beyond the world. The two are firmly bound in death, and can revive each other, so they must be killed at once. That sounds challenging. And the Wicked Chanter. She is the dungeon's greatest mystery. In the long history of my vigil here, she has but recently appeared. Heroes who set off into the depths began to encounter something quite strange, a woman in rags who wanders the darkness accompanied by a horde of monsters. She is known to announce her arrival in song. She sings as she hunts, and sings as she kills. The monsters of the dark serve her loyally and faithfully, protecting her to their dying breath. I know not who the chanter is. Many brave heroines have disappeared into the dungeons, but none possess such control over monsters. I only know that the chanter is more insane than the 3 other nightmares of the dungeon combined, and the terror she carries with her knows no mercy. She must be defeated. I see. The feat I ask of you is most dangerous and almost certainly suicidal. If you agree, I want you to understand what you're getting into. Can I rest here? Of course, my table is set for everyone. Eat and rest as much as you like. Down below, in the darkness, you will have to be at your best. And I need supplies. Of course, but forgive me, my treasures are not endless. I cannot provide you with free supplies. If you require the aid of a priest, select a scroll and I will read it for you. But be careful. Down in the labyrinth, you're on your own. Do not go into the depths without a servant of the higher forces in your party. Okay, so there's 4 bosses that we have to kill in this dungeon. Interesting. You do sell some decent gear. Nothing amazing. I mean, Mithril full plate +2 is pretty decent. But yeah, everything's +1 to +2 gear. +3. Yeah. Interesting. So we could spend the night here. We're not fatigued yet. Honest Guy. Let's go down and talk to Honest Guy. Do you have a name? Also, I'm just noticing that deer fully skewered and roasting over a fire. That is not how people normally cook deer, I wouldn't think. A tall, bulky fellow with a shaved head studies you closely, paying special attention to your equipment. He grins. Hello, my friends. Do you want to look your finest? I have the best wares and the fairest prices in all the tenebrous depths. Who are you? I'm an honest guy. Anyone who introduces themselves as an honest guy is not an honest guy. Just tossing that out there. The lad strikes his chest proudly with his fist. I stand here honestly, welcoming heroes, and seeing them off to their feats of glory. I honestly collect the gear from their breathless corpses, and I honestly sell it to the next heroes. Do you freely and calmly admit that you're pillaging corpses? Forgive me my skepticism, but do you really never do that yourself? You've never taken anything from an enemy you've killed or dead body you found? I mean, lots, yes. At least I don't tell passersby that I'm just waiting for a chance to rob their dead bodies. I do it for the greater good. Taking the equipment from a defeated enemy is honest. You're just taking advantage of the situation without doing anything to help. I mean, in theory, he's finding ways to get down to wherever people are dying, which seems like a pretty challenging feat from what we're hearing. At least I don't tell passersby that I'm just waiting for the chance to rob their dead bodies. That's exactly why I'm the honest guy and not you. Still, it's not very nice. We put our lives at risk for everyone else while you profit from our misfortune. What if you say it makes someone angry and you turn from an honest guy into a dead guy? Yeah, we're putting our lives at risk for everyone while you just profit from our misfortune. Are you saying the honest guy isn't fair? That I have no shame? Why, do you? The plunderer nearly drops his spear in indignation. Of course I do. Maybe I get very sad every time I loot a new corpse. Maybe I'm thinking, what a pity this great hero has perished. I'll tell you what, I promise you I'll change. I'll donate a part of my earnings to orphans, and to the Iomade paladins for their fight against the demons, and to druids to help preserve the dwindling dinosaurs. I give you my word. I'm an honest guy. No one is more honest than me. Does Zarelian allow your pillaging? What could he have a problem with? I'm betraying no one. I attack no one. I just pick up things that belong to no one and find them new owners. Perfectly honest, isn't it? And besides, that scaly worm would be so bored without me. He never has anyone to talk to. Alright, let's look at your wares. Okay, I was like, you have no wares? It was just oddly scrolled all the way to the bottom. Headbands. Ooh. Because I could use a headband of charisma. And it's only 4,000. I'm actually sort of surprised we haven't found one yet. None of the rest of this really calls out to me. But I'll take a headband of charisma for 4,000. How much money do we have? Yeah. I can afford that. Thank you, honest guy. I'll take my +7 charisma. So yeah, it sounds like we've got a dungeon here that appears to have been a powerful artifact, but its magic is long since dissipated. I know, at least I think that Wrath of the Righteous had a DLC for an endless dungeon, and part of me thinks that Kingmaker does too. I'm wondering if this is a similar idea. Maybe not endless, but it's essentially a late game dungeon to delve into and fight insane numbers of hordes. Like limited story, just a dungeon to fight lots of fights, I think. Maybe we'll check it out at some point. I might look into it a bit more, but I think that's a DLC dungeon that's not really tied to the story. But it also seems like we're not going to get any more fatigue dreams. He just called out to us once and now we're safe. So then what? There's an area in our land we haven't explored yet. So I was thinking we should go to Oleg's, but the tiefling friends have actually returned from there, so there's not really a point. I could still wander around and collect all of these that are in my land. Loyalty, loyalty. I don't know that we necessarily need loyalty. Culture. More loyalty. Arcane is what I'm wanting. But yeah, that's my current thought, is we could swing by here. We could swing by Oleg's to see if there's anything going on there. And then make our way down through collecting stuff. Maybe swing by Arbor Rock. We're just running out of locations to check out. Certainly running out of locations to check out in our land. I'm running out of quests to deal with. Ancient Curse. Yeah, it's got 157 days. We don't really have anything to do there. Add 5 regions. That'll take time. We can't build a laboratory until our town gets higher. Or our town gets... levels up. From village to a town, or town to a city, whatever it is. Yeah, we don't really have any immediate quests. So I think for the moment, I am fine with wandering. Okay, but I think we will leave it there for now. Next time we'll take our wanderings. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.